off. And of course, we want questions from the audience. But I'll just start it off by asking you, Werner, what you were able to do by telling the story again in this form.
Well, Rescue Dawn was obvious that it had to be made when Dieter Dengler and I did Little Dieter Needs to Fly. It was clear this was unfinished business, much of it untold. And I would like to say something about Dieter Dengler, who is absent tonight. Actually, he really survived 4 more crashes. It was as if death did not want him, but he died 5 years ago. And I wish he could be here with us. It's also a difficult day for me because I was blessed to have 2 mothers, actually, a birth mother and a foster mother, and today she died. So I dedicate this evening to Dieter Dengler and to Davies Herzog. We do have Alexander Dengler, Dieter Dengler's son here. He's in the middle, and his widow as well. Please give a stand up, Alex. Just one more word about Dieter. He embodied everything that I love about America: courage, frontier spirit, loyalty, and joy of life. I think he would have liked this evening with you. Thank you.
Christian, can I ask you how you approached playing this character? Did you watch the documentary? How did you approach the character?
Yes, I did watch the documentary, but that was only after first reading the script, which I loved immensely. And after meeting with Werner and seeing just how much that this story really meant to him, and that he had a very personal, wonderful friendship with Dieter, and also, they had very much a connection in similarities in childhood, if that's correct to say, Werner. In being very definitely survivors who had come through great trials in their childhood. So he had a great affinity for Dieter with that, and I wish that I'd been able to meet him. Unfortunately, he passed away before I was able to do that. But what I loved so much about it was that this is not your usual war hero. This is not your kind of John Wayne, shoot everybody and get out and be the good guy. I loved his philosophy of hope and of optimism and being endlessly positive, and then ultimately that is the thing that got him through and meant that he survived when nobody else did at all. And it was primarily that just touched me so much. And then seeing the documentary made me obviously feel even more attached to the man, and like I said to Alex and Dieter's wife beforehand, I'm not trying to do any kind of mimicry of the man, but hopefully just getting to the essence of who he was. And on top of that, of course Werner was a great friend of his. That's plenty of reason to want to make the movie with Werner. But also he's such a unique man and director. I really wanted to have that experience of working with him. He really feels each and every one of his movies, if you don't mind my saying this, Werner. And it was just a wonderful experience, being out in the jungle in Thailand. Werner,
with the exception of the maggots that you really ate.
Which were not so bad, I have to say, not as bad as it looks. And I think maybe you had a couple yourself as well, maybe. I loved seeing and witnessing so much how Werner, he kind of treats making his movies like he's kind of wrestling them to the ground. You know, he's so involved, he's so hands-on, he gets his hands dirty. I mean, he had wounds, he had toenails being ripped off, he had cuts all over him throughout the production, and I love that. I love that sense of really enjoying the kind of pain of making a movie, you know, of kind of dragging this thing, and like the story that everybody knows of, you know, him pulling the boat up to the hill. He's like that with his movies, you know, and I really respect that in somebody. He has such great dreams and ideals, and I just wanted to be near and work with somebody like that.
Jeremy, Werner, as we do know, works in unorthodox ways. Jeremy, maybe talk a little bit about your experience on the production as well.
Well, first of all, let me just say, I don't have the ideal nervous system for this kind of circus we got going on. All apologies. My preparation after I recovered from the impact of summer means as dearly much to me as Werner does, inviting me to come join his cinematic tribe. The first thing I started with, at least in terms of practicality, was getting rid of the weight. Lost 33 pounds. Sauna is the key, if anyone. Lots of sauna. But I just prepared mostly by gearing up to honor this man in any way I could. I know this is a very safe answer. I really just had so much respect, like Christian was saying, for Werner, and it actually, you know, beyond my wildest came true. For better or for worse, I find I'm partial to filmmakers who think laterally, think sideways, and are able to recognize that there can be great value that comes out of chaos, wherever it comes from. And the production was certainly vividly Fitzcarraldo-esque at times. But I really appreciate Werner being very, very open to the idea of capturing the unrepeatable moment, and he was extraordinarily generous with me being very jazz loose with the lines, and I just, doesn't quite answer your question. It's a pretty rambling, novel-esque way of answering your question, but only just, that's punctual.
Unfortunately, Steve Zahn could not come this night. He's shooting in Los Angeles. What I really like about the film is that the ensemble, the combination of the actors is fitting so well. Couldn't have been better. As a director, you cannot ask for anything better. So I'm blessed with great actors, and I'm very, very, very happy that we could work together. And I kept saying to Jeremy, I will take you where you have not been before. And he had the courage to follow. So that was a wonderful experience.
Will you or are you friends with